Imagine you're in a social setting, you're surrounded by people, everyone's talking, feeling good, but you just feel this resistance. You feel you're so awkward. You feel unsure of what to say. You feel all this overthinking starting to kick in, to poison your mind, and to keep you reserved, shy. But the next day, you meet an old friend, and you talk to him so casually. You have no issues, you are in the flow state. You have the best conversation you've had in months. It's just like you are two different persons at the same time. Very interesting situation. The truth is that you are living your life guided by a false God, by a false set of beliefs that you religiously obey. And that set of beliefs poisons your mind time and time again. As soon as there is a certain trigger that reminds you of a dangerous situation you encountered in the past, your lizard brain just takes over and you start playing it safe. Because when you play it safe, you can't lose, but you can't win either. So you end up in this place where you hate yourself. You would like yourself to be more outgoing and social and authentic, but you are made, this voice makes you put this shield up every single time, and you are just helpless against it. Now, the important thing here is that we have proof. We have proof that you are able to be confident and charismatic and social around certain people. Audit this for yourself. There are people around whom you are able to be confident, around whom you are able to be extremely charismatic. Now, the first scenario is that those people are people that are very soothing and relaxing to be around. They are very good people that encourage you to be the best version of yourself. So they are precious people, they are great human beings. But number two, maybe those people are just people you deem as being below you on a social hierarchy. Maybe you see them as losers. And that's a harsh truth that's not socially acceptable right now. But we have to talk about it, that's the truth. I've experienced this myself. I used to be so unsure and I used to overthink so much about the things that were appropriate to say. And I even remember situations where this inner voice started, it's almost like it's iterating what you're about to say in every single second. And you are kind of formulating your ideas and saying them out loud, and all of a sudden that voice comes and is like, maybe you should have said this, maybe this was more appropriate, maybe you should have said this louder. And then you even start stumbling upon your words, and you are mumbling and stuttering and you can't really speak properly. And then there are situations around other people where you are able to stutter and maybe even mumble, and you don't care about that at all because you're just in a flow state and you don't care about what those people in the second category think about you because you are above them, or because they give you permission to be maybe even not the best version of you and you still feel like you're good enough. But then around other people, as I said, that voice starts kicking in and you start feeling insecure because you have to play up to these characters. And I've tried, oh my god, so many tips and tricks I found online. I spent so many years implementing all of this useless advice, to be honest. And I even got to a point where I created this persona that I could step into and get the validation from people. Become a person that's socially accepted, that seems extremely cool and funny and charismatic. But then I was still feeling off within. I was still feeling like something's wrong. And if for certain circumstances I wasn't able to step into that persona, I would just feel anxious. I would return to anxiety because my anxiety and insecurities were not gone. I had just found a shield against them, and I was forced to wear this shield all the time. But the ideal here and the objective is not to find that shield and to always have anxiety attacking you, attacking you, attacking you. The goal is to remove anxiety altogether. Because as we established, we have proof that you can be confident around certain people, you can be yourself, you can be charismatic. So that means that your authentic charisma is already in there. You don't need to accomplish a certain goal or to learn the top 5 tips and tricks of how to become more confident and charismatic. All you need to do is remove and destroy that false god, that false set of beliefs that's holding you back time and time again. Confidence and charisma, they're not something you earn. They're something you stop resisting. And once you manage to let go of that resistance, of that tension, once you manage to let go of everything and the potential social judgments from other people, your authentic charisma and confidence comes up. And you embrace that, you unleash that. You are that already, and stop resisting it. You have to realize that, as we've talked about those people that might give you permission to be yourself, you have to become that for yourself. And that's the only way. You have to get into the habit of giving yourself the permission to be like that. Because at the end of the day, think about a nice memory. Think about something that makes you happy. Only, you can manipulate your state and your emotions. You can make yourself feel good if you want to feel good. Why are you outsourcing that power to other people? Why do you hope they will make you feel good? Why aren't you the one that makes yourself feel good? And then other people will feel good around you as well. That's the way it works. That's the way socializing works. And the truth is that this version of you that's shy, that's reserved, is not the real version of you. You are being inauthentic. You are betraying who you were meant to be. You are not yourself. You are just putting this shield up, but it's not the shield of a socially acceptable person. It's the shield of a socially invisible person. It's a shield that keeps you in the safety zone, which is just an invisible zone. A zone of people that just get ignored all the time. And you feel that, you feel the voice of authenticity always judging you and always hating you because you keep it hidden in a prison cell down there. Only for the slight and small possibility of other people's rejection. Stop listening to that poisoned voice. That's not the real you. What's the worst thing that could happen? Even if people judge you, what's the worst thing that could happen? Nothing can be as bad. Even if everyone rejects you, you still have you still have your mind, you still have the possibility to walk through the world and to experience the beauties of the world. There's nothing to fear. And at the end of the day, you don't have anything to prove to anyone. You don't have to prove that you are able to be in a certain way. You don't have to prove that you are the coolest person in the room, or that you are intelligent enough or competent enough, or you have enough general culture. You can just be yourself, and that's enough, because you are already good enough as you are now. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. So then you can just remove the fear of being yourself. Because you shouldn't be afraid to be yourself. You are the best person in the universe at being you. You can't do it wrong unless you don't do it. I really hope you will take this advice, because it's time to stop living a life you are not meant to live and start stepping into your authentic self. Now, it's not a sudden change like that. You can't just instantly make the switch and be your authentic self forever. I'm not able to be my authentic self all the time. I'm not even aware of what my authentic tendencies are in every single domain, but I'm working on that, and I'm unleashing my authenticity more and more and more, as cliche as it sounds. And I really hope you will do that as well. Now, this channel is all about this, about unleashing the authenticity, about overcoming the social anxiety, and living a mentally healthy life, living a life where you love being yourself, where you love every single moment of it, where you even embrace the negative sensations, and you like being alive. You are grateful for everything. And if you need further assistance, I have a link down below in the description and you can book a meeting with me and I'll help you personally.